Hello. So, what I wanted to talk about was the Largo from Vivaldi's Spring. Um, I love this piece so much, and the link that I'm sending you is so pretty. It's one of my favorite performances of this Largo. And I think it's also a really good example of how ornamentation can be varied. So, remember in this time period, performers would add ornamentation wherever they thought that it would sound good, and so every performance was different. Every person's performance was different. So I love it because it gives everybody a chance to sort of make this piece their own. So if you take a look, I'll try to play unwarmed up, but the very first phrase. So I'm experimenting with breathing. I want it to sound as like fluid and amazing as the violinist, but of course that's wrong because we're flutists and we have to breathe. So I should own the breath, but there's something about the way the violinist plays. It's just these long half notes, just like they get so soft and then they really become the next note, like in the third measure that we play, that G sharp going into the second measure, the G sharp half note that just sort of goes into the next B sharp. So anyways, I look at that as the first phrase, right? And then this violinist that plays adds some grace notes. So I want you to write those grace notes in. So on the seventh measure that we play, or measure 90. Love it. So that would be the end of the second phrase in my mind. Measure 98, there is a misprint. The first quarter note in measure 98 should be a G natural. And then there's also a misprint in measure 99. The trill needs to start, well, it's a G natural to a G sharp. So you could start on G sharp and then start the trill, or you could just start on the G and start trilling. So those are the two misprints. Now, I have been working primarily with that much this week with my students. The other thing I'm noticing when I'm listening to the recording is the beautiful subdivision that the orchestra is doing with this. So pretty. So I think it would be good. I have my metronome on at about 120, 121, and I think it would be good for you to try to play this with the metronome going. So there'll be 2 clicks on every quarter note, right? Let me try a little. Deep breath in. Bit behind. I always am. But I think that's a good exercise to try to feel this sort of life that's underneath these long notes, because it's a very still piece on the melody, but there's this undercurrent, like a bubbling brook or something with the accompaniment. So listen to that recording and watch the video that I sent to you about the Vivaldi, so you can hear them talking about the different parts, like the dog barking in this movement, and enjoy, because it's just so pretty. Okay, that's it for the Vivaldi.